I'll be honest, totally honest with you. I don't care if you do not like me. I'd rather you, as long as you're honest, that's fine. You can hate me as long as you're honest. Say I hate Bill. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking. I don't want fame. Fame's horrible. Christ almighty, I hate that. Can't walk down the street when you're famous, can you? So when you're famous, you can't even walk down the bloody street unless you live in Hollywood or whatever. Like you. I'm staying down here from now. My point is, I'm not asking you for anything at all, except one thing. My home! That is all I want from you. I've got enough pals to keep me busy for 1,000 years, thank you very much. I said I have enough pals to keep me busy for 1,000 years. Or forever, actually. I have plenty of friends. I have plenty of pals. But I live in 50 Queensway House, you see. 50 Queensway House. And the council wants to kick me out and make me start again somewhere else, which really fucking is pissing me off. And it's been pissing me off for the last fucking 18, 19 months or so, you know. Nearly 2 years, probably. They want to demolish Queensway House. Give me the fucking money. Give me enough money to buy Queensway House then, or something like that. You see, they got the coronavirus and they house the homeless in these bloody hostels. They house the homeless in the hostels. Yeah, I've got 60 empty flats, probably, in Queensway House. Hatfield, Hertfordshire. Queensway House, 50 Queensway House. I've got about 60 empty flats up here. The rest of us want to stay. I've got about 60 empty flats. And you know, you had the virus, an epidemic. And you could have given the homeless the flats to live in. The council could have given the flats, the empty flats, because they've been empty for about a year or two. They could have given the empty flats to the homeless, but they didn't give a fuck. They moved the homeless up to the Jim McDonald Centre or something and put them into hostels and shit like that. Well, they could have given the homeless the flats, the empty flats. And I will say this again. What I would do if I owned Queensway House, I don't, so I ain't got no money, I'm up to my neck in debt. You know what I mean? Once you get into debt, you cannot get out of it. I tell you that for fact. But what I would have done, if I had the power, what power? Any power would be nice. I would have housed all the homeless in the empty flats of Queensway House. I would have, straight away, because the homeless were actually living in the basement of Queensway House. One of my mates was homeless. It was, can't remember fucking names now. Cordell, that's right. Cordell was living in the basement of Queensway House. He came up a few times, you know. Lovely bloke. I wish. Never had the chance. Straight bloke, but lovely bloke. But he told me about the hostel in the basement and stuff. If I owned, we had a hostel in the basement of Queensway House with 60 empty flats above it. Can you imagine that? A tower block, Queensway House. We had a hostel in the basement of Queensway House for the homeless, a homeless hostel. You got the Citizens Advice Bureau on the first floor of Queensway House, and a homeless